everybody. My name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of Afternoon Drive Home on IC Radio. In the town of Geraldine, Alabama, we're your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television a couple of different ways. You can find us on Abundance TV, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire, and in Australia. We're hoping to talk to some of you folks in Australia who are thinking about locating to the States. Right here,
Absolutely.
Geraldine, Alabama would be an
Yes.
awesome place, and we're going to talk about that in just a few minutes. But you can also find us on channel 182 on Charter Communications. We have with us, and I always introduce this guy this way, we have the world's best mayor. It's from Geraldine, Alabama. And I got to say this, I keep running into business people here in town who are talking about what a great, great mayor you are because, well, no, don't be embarrassed. It's because you promote us. And anybody who is running a business wants to be with a mayor who's going to promote them. And it just makes your job a whole lot easier. Thank you for that.
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate having good people to promote. You know,
Well,
I mean,
we're a team,
we've
right?
got a lot. We got a lot of good things going on. I mean, good businesses. Never really thought about having a TV radio station in Geraldine, but here we are, and I'm excited to get to talk about what's going on in Geraldine.
Well, we got a lot of great things
Opportunities.
going on.
Yeah.
What about parades and just all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff going on
Yeah.
around here?
Our parade is this coming Saturday, December the 10th, and for the first time we're doing a night parade, starting at 6:30. Uh, Light up the floats, and then going to end at our park. And for the first time, we're doing a Christmas in the park. And when I say first time, I'm talking about the last 40 years. I'm not sure what happened a whole lot because I was gone. I was alive. I just wasn't here for a little while.
We all come back. I was going too.
Yeah. But going to end at the park, and we've had a lot of businesses and churches have put up Christmas trees around the walking track. We've got about 18 or 20, and they really, really look good. And we've done some other decorations, and of course, our Donna, our clerk, has really
He's the best, by the way.
done a lot of work. She made all the signs for the people where there's a tree, there's a sign there telling what business or church or is. We've even got a couple that are in memory of somebody, and no charge for that. I mean, we do a lot of no charge stuff, and just to try to get people together. And our real good coffee place, Frothy Dog, is going to be there to give out coffee and hot chocolate after the parade at the park.
It's supposed to be cold.
Yeah. And, I know we're going to be giving out cookies and some things, have pictures of Santa. And, I'll probably wear my phone out looking at the weather forecast 10 times a day, and every time I look, it's changed, but, hopefully, we'll be able to get that done.
And then also, in Alabama, we can have 4 seasons in one day.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it could start out warm and then cold.
Absolutely. But, we're going to get it done, and excited about, new things like that going on. And it comes from suggestions from people, and, always glad to get suggestions about new ways to do things, better ways to do things to attract more people. And, I think it'll get people up, and, that maybe hadn't been to the walking track, and see what a nice park we have. And
if you're not been, you're missing out. And it's a real nice, clean park too. And thanks to the guys who help out there.
Yeah, it's not plural though. It's
God.
one guy.
Yeah, but I've seen you out there picking stuff up.
But Jamie Brown does a great job with everything, but he keeps the park nice. And I mean, when we decided to do this Christmas in the park, he said, there's not any plugs out there. I said, well, put some in. So he had put up new lights around the walking track, but I think there's 22 lights around. So he went back and went to each one of the lights and put in a, weatherproof plug at each one, and then a couple more in some other places. But got the pavilion kind of decorated and got a tree in there, and but lots of trees. It really looks good. I went out and walked around a little while last night, and while it wasn't raining, but looks good, and looking forward to that, and hopefully a big parade, and just show off what we got.
Well, we got a lot to show off too. Now, who's the Grand Marshal?
Grand Marshal, and it's Grand Marshals this year. Bobby and Vicky Satterfield.
Mm-hmm.
Just some great people. It was a unanimous choice by the council to get them. They are so good to our town and our school, and I see them in all the ball games and athletic events, and they do a lot of things that they won't let me tell about.
Mm-hmm.
But I promise you, our community is a lot better because of Bobby and Vicky Satterfield, and we're gonna honor them, and they're real good to make sure that things are going well, and I really appreciate them, and so they'll be the Grand Marshals, and hopefully be where they can ride on the convertible and throw out a little candy.
It's gonna be your convertible.
No, I don't have one. But I mean, that's another thing. Charles Gilbert is a guy in town, and he's been driving the Grand Marshal around for at least the last 25 years, mm-hmm. and he always has it polished up. He has a couple of older cars, and but just volunteer to do that, and I've had somebody volunteer to make cookies for the town to give out, mm-hmm. and I mean, it's my daughter. Mm-hmm. I mean, but my daughter Kara Stewart she loves to bake and does a great job, and she said, how many you need? A couple hundred? And I mean, it's nothing to her to do a couple hundred cookies, because she's raised 4 boys.
I'd take about 50 dozen for raising that many boys.
But anyway, she's gonna make some cookies for us to give out, and I know First Baptist Church is gonna be giving out some cookies and things, mm-hmm. too, and anyone's welcome to do that, but and of course anyone's welcome to attend, and we've got I like to talk about, I like our Christmas lights, and I say, all our Christmas lights that we put up on poles are colored lights, mm-hmm. and nothing wrong with white lights, but when we can, I like to do things just a little bit better. And
that's going to showcase those lights. I'm glad you're having it at night.
And when you go to a parade, and they throw out candy and mm-hmm. bubble gum and stuff, all our candy is Reese's. There's
Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Now I always, for years, I would go to Walmart on Halloween night, uh-huh. and because at midnight they'd put their candy on half price. Mm-hmm. Well, of course they've started closing at 11 o'clock now, so had to go in the morning, first thing, and buy the candy at half price. But so there'll be some Reese's bats and
mm-hmm.
pumpkins.
Who cares?
It doesn't matter what it's shaped like. But and usually I wind up with mm-hmm. Milky Ways and Snickers and stuff, but mm-hmm. It's not a bad thing, but all they had left was Reese's, and so I bought a bunch of Reese's stuff to throw out, and so I think our parade candy is as good as anybody around.
People be coming from all over the place now. Just come to our parade. But we'll love it. Let's go into a commercial break.
Okay.
And we're going to be right back in just a few minutes, so y'all hang tight, okay? Hang in there. Patterson's Music and Jewelry is a full-line music store offering guitar repair, setup and sound installation equipment, as well as instrument rentals and new and used guitars and amps. We offer jewelry at affordable prices and jewelry repair. watch batteries and link removal, and we offer personalized jewelry such as fingerprint, mother's rings, and pendants. Shop in historic downtown Fort Payne on Galt Avenue. Hours are 9 to 5 Monday through Friday and 9 to 2 on Saturday. Call 256-845-4115. That's 256-845-4115. And thank you for trusting Patterson's Music and Jewelry.
I'm Mike Lindell, and my employees and I want to thank each and every one of you for your continued support. With everything going on right now, your rest is so important. That's why we're having the biggest MyPillow sale ever. Not only are my bed pillows as low as $19.98, but you can get the best body pillows ever. Regular $89.98, now only $29.98. Take your rest on the go with our Roll and Go Anywhere MyPillows for only $14.98. And we have our new couch and accent pillows. They aren't just for looks. They have MyPillow's patented adjustable fill that gives you that amazing MyPillow comfort. In this economy, you get the best gifts ever for the best prices ever. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code and you get deep discounts on body, couch, bolster pillows, and so much more, including my original bed pillows for as low as $19.98. Please order now while quantities last.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer.
Yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018. We are back. My name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of Afternoon Drive Home on IC Radio. You can find us online, icradio.media. IC is in Christ, or if you're hungry, ice cream.
Yeah.
So either way you want to look at it, you can find us. You can also download our apps and listen to the music all day long, and we have Christmas music playing now. And some of the oldies and some of the goodies, and so Bing Crosby and all those kinds of songs are going on right now. And also, you guys can tell us what to play. You know, our listeners are the boss of us. They tell us what to do. So you can download the apps, and if you have a suggestion for a song, all you have to do, if we've got it in the queue, or if we don't have it, let us know, and we'll find it for you. But all you have to do is just pick a name, and let's just say our mayor sings. So that number got out one time, didn't it?
Yeah.
Music in the Geraldine Park, and people thought he was going to be singing.
Yeah.
So anyway, all you'd have to do is just punch in a name and whatever song you'd like to hear. You'll see a list of all the songs we have here, and so we do a top 50 every week. That's on Fridays, and so we're getting folks who are actually picked in the Gilberts. So who are picked in the top 50 who don't really have a promoter, they just have some music out there. So we play everybody's songs. So if you like it, suggest it, and we'll put it on the air. But again, thank you so much for watching. I have our mayor here of Geraldine, Alabama. And I'll just have to tell you, lots of great things are happening. There's another new business coming in, right?
There is. And I know this is going to be a surprise to some people, and I'll probably get some bad comments about it. But right here in Geraldine, we're getting our second Dollar General
Oh wow.
coming up. But I mean, it's probably at least a mile and a half from the other one. You know.
Well, they're making them bigger now.
Yeah.
And and there's much more refrigerated sections, and I like the one we've got already right here. They do a great job there.
They do, and of course they upgraded it from a regular Dollar General to a Dollar General Market, which means they have fresh meat and fresh vegetables and fruits and things like that. A lot more.
I like to get my dairy products there. You know, it's a better price.
Yeah.
It really is. So you might want to check it out.
But our new Dollar General is going to be at the corner of Highway 227 and County Road 20, which is right on the corner. You can see the ambulance station from there and the Quality of Life doctor's office and that kind of thing. We did have to rezone it because it was zoned residential, but we didn't really think anybody wanted to build a house beside the doctor's office and the ambulance station and that kind of thing. So it made sense. And of course, we went through the process and had public hearing, you know, and all that in the rezoning. But we've got that done, and they've applied for the building permit. We've got that to them, and they think they'll get started on it pretty soon and probably be open, you know, toward the end of March, 1st of April, something like that. It doesn't take them long.
Yeah.
They've had a lot of practice building those stores, and so, and you know, and I know people are going to say, why didn't you get a whatever? Well, I mean, it wasn't a choice of, you know, here's a list, you know, pick. I mean, it was, you know, Dollar General liked to put a store here, and you know, I know it'll, for a while, take a little bit of business away from the other one, of course, but obviously it'll add business and add tax dollars and allow us to do more things here. And we're excited about having another business, and you know, that's how you grow. You get new business, and other business will see it, and they think, well, you know, something's going on there. They're growing, so we might want to put a store there. And obviously, you know, we've got some real good attractions. I mean, we've got new sewer system here. We've got great gigabit speed internet thanks to Farmers Telecommunications.
I couldn't operate a TV show or a show, period, without this great internet we've got.
I was in Columbia, South Carolina last week. Grandson graduating from Army boot camp at Fort Jackson, the capital of South Carolina. And Catherine, my wife, and I both just couldn't believe how slow the internet was trying to do something on our phone.
In Dollywood,
you know?
doing the same thing. I had to go outside to actually do the weather report.
And we were the capital of a state, you know. But I mean, not here. I mean, you punch a button and it's up there.
I can run a show here easy.
Yeah.
Very easy.
And you know, and we've got people that will work. I mean, you know, there's
that's one of the biggest attractions right there. If you can find a place where employees will actually go to work.
Yeah, you don't see many now hiring signs in Geraldine, and you know, people are good. You know, apparently treat their employees well and keep them, and but
yeah, I keep thinking about Angie at the other Dollar General.
Yeah,
I love Angie,
yeah,
and I know her husband. I've interviewed him several times on the show. Trying to get Angie on the show. I'll get her into it one of these days. But she's so good. Like when you walk into the store, she always goes, "Donna, hey!" Like when she's there, you know, I mean, she's friendly and she'll speak to you. She acknowledges everybody when they walk in the door. That means a lot to a business owner.
And I mean, maybe kind of like interviewing me. All you have to do is get her here and ask a question, and just,
She'd do
talk.
great. I'm going to trick her into it somehow. I'll offer free food.
Yeah,
that'll do it.
Yeah,
free tea. I'll do something. That's where your tea comes from.
Okay. Well, I mean, they do a great job, and you know, I'm in there nearly every day to get something, but I, you know, was kind of concerned about some empty shelves. Seeing, I mean, you know, that's good and bad. You know, means they're doing business, but you know, somebody up the line,
There's
you know,
something
maybe,
called supply chain.
yeah,
And it's
yeah,
not their fault.
yeah, but they do have good prices, and they do a good job of displaying and keeping stuff stocked. You know, as long as they have it there.
Well, and not only that, but Pam Clay's a good friend of mine. Pam and I go back a long way. I used to interview her back when I was in Fort Payne at the Fox affiliate. And so she's always a lot of fun to have on the show. And she said, every day I drive through Geraldine, I think the same thing, how clean it is. She said, and people want to go and operate a business, start a new business in a town that's clean.
Well, and Pam would notice that working for economic development, you know, but some of that is our employee. Some of it's the people, have been raised right.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's obviously, it's not perfect. There's exceptions, but we try to keep a handle on things and
Yeah, but I was going down the street one day. I think I was close to the hardware store here in Geraldine, and I looked. I was just, you stop at the red light, the only one we got here. So I stopped at the red light, and I saw a woman and her kid threw a piece of chewing gum wrapper or something, and the woman looked at. This is how we do, okay? This is Geraldine, Alabama. So she looked at her kid just like I would do mine, and pointed to pick it up, and that kid picked it up. That's why we got a clean town. The citizens want it clean.
Yeah. One of our coaches here in the school that's about 50 years old now tells a story about riding with my brother down Highway 431 when he was a teenager, when this coach was a teenager, and he threw a chewing gum wrapper out the window, and he said, "It's the wonder I didn't get killed." So he slammed on the brakes, ran off the road, and made me get out and go pick it up on 431. And I said, "Well, you don't throw stuff out anymore, do you?" He said, "Oh, no."
No, you'll learn. And I just thought, first of all, it's good parenting, and we've got that here.
Yeah.
And so to see that, I don't know if it was the mother or the grandmother, because grandmothers look young
Yeah,
nowadays, so I'm not a good judge of age. But she just did that. That's all she did. Didn't say anything.
Yeah.
She just did that, and the kid reached down and picked it up and put it in his pocket. Looked like he's about 5, 6 years old.
Yeah. Well, maybe he learned a lesson.
Mm-hmm.
But we do have a lot to offer here, and people, that don't know, maybe, well, how big is Geraldine? And I get asked that, a lot of meetings and things when I'm applying for grants or, asking people for money. And I said, well, now, hang on. I said, obviously you can look up on the internet and see what the census is. And it shows 910. I said, but we have 1,150 kids in school here.
How's that?
and a lot of those people have parents, But so I tell them, our community of Geraldine goes way beyond our town limits, and so in fact, I looked up the other day, and within 15 miles of here, there's 35,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's why you're seeing Dollar Generals coming in. That's why you're seeing all these businesses come into this area.
Yeah, and some people like it, some don't, but I like the self-checkouts that they have at
I
Dollar
like them.
General.
I can be done.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on a W-2 to come, though.
Yeah. But, and, for those that like it, they have it. Mm-hmm. Those that don't, they've got somebody there to check you out. Mm-hmm. And, but Angie does do a great job of managing the store, and hope, they can find some good people to work in the new store. And
let me tell you another thing about Angie. So we have the music in the Geraldine Park every year, and so Angie, like the year before, I just went by just to get a discounted, see if I could. We got a lot of water,
Yeah.
And so she gave me a good price, and so the next year she called me. Said, you're still going to have it, right? And I said, yeah. And she said, well, I'm going to work out a deal for you with water.
Yeah.
See, I don't have to go to her. She comes to me, and she wants to help.
Yeah. And I've really been just tickled to death about all the people we got a little committee of about 4 or 5 people to work on this Christmas in the park, just volunteers, and come up with ideas. And one of them's husband built an archway over the entrance to the park,
I can't wait to see it.
it's lighted and got greenery around it and that kind of thing. And but anytime we have events, I mean, people are real good to volunteer to help. And our cheerleaders decorate the intersection every year in the fall, with mums and pumpkins and hay and all that.
You do an awesome job too. It looks really good.
Yeah, and it's just a great place to be, and there's just a lot of good things to offer here. And I know nearly every time I mention about 3 that I can name right off of people that have called asking, about Geraldine, that have moved here from another state. Just picked up and moved here.
We love that. We welcome you in.
Yeah. And it's, for one reason or another. One of them was about the internet. It
had to be,
because her daughter and husband both work from home and could work from anywhere. And
there's more of that because of COVID.
Yeah.
And that opened up a lot of doors. That's why I have a station here in Geraldine on the farm.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's why, because you don't have to go fight the traffic and, and think about, I've heard a lot of folks who lived in New York who are moving down south a little bit closer because now they don't have to go to the big high rise and work.
Yeah.
They can work somewhere remote, and it's a better life for you.
Yes, my grandson that's in the Marines stationed at Quantico, Virginia. He and his wife have a baby 6 months old, and she works from home. Her works for a company out of New York.
Perfect scenario.
And she works from home and works hard. I mean, she has a lot to do. It's more than an 8-hour a day job, but but she can do it from there, and can.
And babies know their mamas that way. That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
You can't. That is an awesome situation. But this station, we are actually working with a station in Minnesota, so this works out really. And thank you, Rob Patch, for everything you've done to help. Rob's going to be on the show tomorrow, so he's the owner of the station. But he had that insight too. He said, "No, from your house." He said, "Just all I got, because of innovation, because of the good internet we've got here, I'm able to do that."
Yeah, and our crime rate is not very much. I mean, it's not a perfect place.
Now people do like to roll yards.
Yeah,
but that means you're cool.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
you're a cool person.
But we obviously have a police department, and everybody doesn't go by the rules, but I want to mention we also have a place here called the Father's House that is a rehabilitation for women that have gotten astray. I mean, they may be, and I got invited to their annual banquet Saturday night and went, and it was such a awesome experience. And the ladies got up one at a time and said, I've been clean for 173 days, or one of them was 10 days, and and it's a 12-month program that they go through, and Katina Blanchett is the director, and wow, just does such a great job. But
need to talk to her and have her on the show.
Yeah, and she went through some statistics about the ladies that have been there, and one that got me 109 kids have their mamas back that have gone through her program.
Oh, that's grand news.
Yeah. Of course, the mamas have their kids back too, but she had some real good statistics, and she keeps up with them, after they get through the program. And she has it said that 85% that have been through the program are still clean. That's a high number.
get their mamas back.
Yeah.
There's no better news than that.
Yeah. But it was a real moving experience, and
It can happen to anybody.
yeah, and
Situations can just happen.
some of them that were there were talked about. I grew up in church and had a great Christian home, and just got off with the wrong people and kind of thing. And then some of them said, been addicted since I was 13, and went through several pregnancies and abortions and kids given away and stuff like that, and then to be restored and living a productive life and having a job, and then, like I say, several of them that had been restored with their families and had their kids back. So I mean, those kind of places are needed, and I'm glad we have something available here for those people. I mean, I remember some of them were from Gadsden, some of them were from Fort Payne, and all around. I mean, I didn't know any of them and there were about 20, I think, there that spoke and talked about it. But
that's 20 families that are happier now.
Yeah. But just another opportunity and service that's available here, and but it's just people trying to help other people be better.
And that's what it's all about.
There's a lot of them around doing that.
Let's go to another commercial break, and I want to talk to folks about why should you move here. I got plenty of reasons why you should move here. There's lots of real good ones. So y'all hang in there. We're going to be right back in just a couple of minutes.
Shepherd's Cove Thrift Shop, located on Highway 431 in Albertville, is a large store that is restocked weekly with new and gently used items donated by our community. When you shop at the Hospice of Marshall County Thrift Shop, you not only get great deals, but you also help neighbors and friends receive the end-of-life services they desperately need. Hospice of Marshall County is a non-profit United Way agency, and we depend on the generosity of those in our community to continue providing expert care to all, regardless of ability to pay. We accept donations during regular business hours 9 to 5 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday. For more information about our community events and volunteer opportunities, please call 256-582-3325. Thank you for your support of Shepherd's Cove.
It's holiday time, so get ready with these specials at Albertville Foodland Plus. Grade A Young Food Club turkeys, only $1.29 a pound. Bake a pie with our Mississippi-grown sweet potatoes, only 39 cents a pound. Save money on your holiday cooking essentials this year with high-quality roasting pans from Simply Done. And save money on Food Club beans, only 2 for $1. Check us out on the web at shop.foodlandgrocery.com, where we now offer curbside service, recipe of the day, digital coupons, and online shopping. And as always, thank you for shopping Albertville Foodland Plus. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of Afternoon Drive Home on IC Radio. You can find us in the town of Geraldine. And you can find us also on television channel 182 on Charter Communications, as well as Abundant TV, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Now, we have another show called The Edge with Donna and Kathy. And that was my very first talk show. And that was back in 2005 in Jacksonville. And so Phil took a job promotion, took us to Charlotte, North Carolina, and we lived there for about 9 years. I took the show with me there.
Yeah.
And so it was called The Woman's Edge then. So we came back, Kathy got in contact with me, and I've been putting her off for years. She's like, I'm like, when am I going to have time for another show? And so Kathy and I got back together again. So that show airs, it's a 30-minute show, and it airs at 1 o'clock every day. Right after that's Afternoon Drive Home. And it's fun to be working with Kathy again.
Yeah.
Well, she's a crazy
I
nut,
can
though.
tell it's fun.
She's crazy. She's a beautiful girl. She used to be a model. It still looks like one, and her daughters look like models, right? They followed that path she did. But you know, she's also a registered nurse.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
But I can sure tell y'all have fun on there.
Yeah. Sometimes we want to whack each other on top of the head. But no, it's very short-lived. We just have a lot of fun. And it's about, about the community. And it's about industry. And it's about all kinds of stuff. And she has a lot of medical notes on there, which is good.
Yeah.
Which brings to me, we have like the best person here in Geraldine, Alabama, right?
For the Geraldine Clinic. Wow. Just, I don't know what we'd do without Michelle Stewart, our clinic. And we're trying to get her a bigger place fixed up here. Maybe we've applied for a grant to fix up old former bank building, which if you talk about banks, talk about, if you go in the bank, you have to wait on this and have to do this and have to send off somewhere. Not here.
I did this one.
Our Liberty Bank donated their building to us, to the town to use for something, and they've been here for a little over 50 years, and they've got about 6 or 7 other locations now, which means they're obviously doing well.
Well, the longevity too of the employees.
Yeah.
And you saw in that commercial where people were getting like several year pins, 5, 10, 15, 20-year pins.
Yeah. And I know a couple of just retired that had over 40 years there, the same job. But I mean, that's where
that speaks volumes.
The town does all our banking business, and
I do too.
And I do too. And used to, we used them a lot to borrow money. Fortunately, we're out of debt now. But
that's another reason you want to move here, okay? Town out of debt.
But
the whole nation's not out of debt, but this town is.
And I mean, it's not like we're not doing anything either. I mean, we put up new lights on our high school baseball and softball field, $280,000, and did a little bit of paving every year. I mean, you think, well, $350,000 sounds like a lot, but that's not much paving. But we try to keep our roads, paved and up to date.
Well, you're doing a great job of that too, because this is something that when you live in a town, you live in an area where all 4 seasons happen in one day, that can really wreak havoc on the roads.
And of course, we've been able to get some grants to help with that as well. But all but one of our police cars are 2022 models, and we've got one that we actually got a grant to help with it. It's a 2020 model, and in the grant it stated that you have to keep it until its value is $5,000 or less. So
sounds like how I keep cars.
I didn't really realize that at the time that we got that grant, but and of course we keep it in good shape and all that. Jamie, our maintenance guy, keeps all the vehicles running good. But
what we do without Jamie?
I know, but again, Liberty Bank is a great place to do business because of the people that work there.
I just like walking in. So I went to school with Nancy. Now, Nancy was the beauty queen. I was the shy one, wouldn't say anything. But it's just nice to walk in and you talk about, hey, how's everything? And she switches that hat real quick. She'll go from, we're schoolgirls, and then she'll go into I'll say, well, I got to get something signed, notarized, or whatever. Boy, she shoots right to it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a different tone of voice and everything. But it's like,
She does.
but I mean, she gets you to the right
Very
place.
professional. Very.
Yeah.
You don't have to wait in line forever.
Right.
I mean, like skip over this person to get to that person. I've been to banks like that before. We're living in Charlotte. There was a big national bank, and it was like you'd have to go through so many chains of commands to get any one little thing done. It's just a pleasure.
And if you happen to forget and wait till Saturday, bank's open till noon Saturday.
There you go.
And they're just, they go out of their way to be convenient and helpful. But I mean, donating that building to the town, and like I say, we've applied for a grant, and Congressman Adderholt's working on that for us real hard, and
sure.
to get the Geraldine Clinic moved over there, because obviously they do a good job, which means a lot of repeat customers or
I know,
patients.
I'm back.
And so their business is growing, and they need a bigger place, and we're going to
and I'll
make
break
that
another
happen.
one for you. Mother has been going to the same doctor for who knows how many years. There's several decades, and so she loves it so much that she's taking herself over there too.
And I think I mentioned the mayor of Sylvania, about 30 miles up the road, told me the other day. He said, "Boy," he said, "when I got COVID, he said, I thought I was in trouble because I, couldn't find anywhere where I had infusion." He said, "My doctor said, go to the Geraldine Clinic, they'll do it." And they had the infusions and kept a lot of people not only out of hospital, but alive.
You got asthma and what have you. I've got asthma. So that was just, I would have wound up in the hospital if not been for her.
And, and a lot of times, I mean, they would, when they closed at 5 o'clock, they'd bring the COVID patients in after that and do the infusions, and that, they said, this is where we want to be and serve the people here. And
well, I know you're going to find this hard to believe, but sometimes I'm not a good patient. He's laughing. I think he believes that.
Well, I don't know many people that are.
Michelle picked up on that real quick, and she said, "No, you're going to have to do exactly what I tell you to do."
Yeah.
And I said, "I'm yours.
Yeah.
I'll do whatever you tell me to do." And she did. She kept me out of the hospital.
Yeah. And, unfortunately, a lot of people that went to the hospital got sicker.
Mm-hmm.
But
that's what I had heard. So
yeah.
She's a lifesaver.
But,
another reason you want to live here is the low cost of living.
Absolutely.
What about land and houses, and it's
utilities.
A fraction of what you're paying in California and New York. My goodness.
And our utilities are all from co-ops, and so I get a check every year from Farmers Telecommunications and dividend because it's a cooperative, and our electricity comes from cooperative, 2 different ones that serve the area, and but our all our utility rates are low, and especially compared to other places, and it's just a good place to be.
Mm-hmm.
I spent 20 years in Birmingham after I graduated from high school, and did what I needed to do. And
well, you say schools matter too.
Yeah.
I know we were living in Charlotte. We just happened to be living in a good part of Charlotte. There are places at daytime you don't want to go to, let alone at night. And so our house, when we put the house on the market, it sold like fast. We put it on the market in August, and it sold in December. And this was during a bad economy.
Yeah.
And because we were living in a good area, so that's why you want to come into this part of the world right here, because a good economy is always going to be here because we fend for each other.
Yep.
We look at it like Raj and Mary across the street, the Richies. I mean, we'll just check on each other every once in a while. Everything going good over there?
Yeah.
What Roger will say.
Yeah.
We usually go get the trash can at the same time. So I'm getting mine, he's getting his, or Phil's getting it, and Roger go, "Anything y'all need?" And we'll say, "No, anything y'all need?" So we're just neighbors looking out after each other.
Yep. And and I especially see a lot of that in the Christmas season. I have people that I have some people just bring me money and say, make sure all the kids you know of, get Christmas, and then I have some that call and ask if I need any and that kind of thing. But like I say, some of them just bring it, and we can always find some underprivileged kids.
There's been a lot of food giveaways here right here in Geraldine, chicken and all kinds of stuff going on.
But we look out for each other. If you want to be private, this might not be. I mean, you may have to find you a spot a little ways.
Yeah, you can be private. We won't bother you if you don't want us
That's right.
to. But if you want us to check on you, we will.
Yeah. We know if we come up in the yard and the dog,
my dog.
we'll let you know whether or not you're welcome.
Well, we keep him put up when we know you're coming.
Yeah. But I mean, most people's dogs will welcome you, but that's a good thing, for a security blanket if you need it. But it is a great place, and I'm excited about our parade this week, and being at night, I just think it's going to add to it.
It's just going to add to the atmosphere.
Make it better. And then the Christmas in the park, I walked around last night, just amazed at all the trees, and one of the churches had actually put up a lighted cross instead of a tree. The Bridge Church did that and looked real good, and but we've got them set on dusk to dawn with the lights at the walking track, and so get a chance, go out there at night. I mean, a lot of it you can see driving around through the park, but if you want to walk the track and see what tree belongs to each different person or group or church, and welcome to do that.
I'm going to go check out that one. But we did one for my grandparents, and you can do this as an individual. So if you wanted to donate, it's $100. $100. And so you can do this like anytime you want to. It's for of course, they got to give them time to plant the trees. And so I got the tulip tree.
Yeah.
I got to go check that out.
Yeah.
This is in honor of my grandparents who had lived here forever in this farm. We bought this farm several years ago. And so my granddad bought this farm back in 1938. And so 38 acres, one house on it. Miss Ritchie, by the way, used to own that one little tiny plot that's right in front of the house. My granddad bought that. Yeah, it was before she passed away.
Yeah. She
decided to go ahead and finally sell it to him. She kept it up. I don't know why she didn't just. My granddad was always asking about that land. He'd say, "Now you're not going to use that. Well, you can't build a house on it. What are you going to do with it?" But she finally gave in. But anyway, it's just nice to be in the house my grandparents had.
Yeah. But you and I would not have asked Miss Ritchie why she did anything.
I would never.
She was our teacher. And,
she's the reason I have a talk show.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's why. We had this debate thing going on. She made me be I represented the school in the typing contest.
I know, yeah.
And then another one in the math contest. And so she wants to know why I wasn't, doing a lot better in her class, And so she said, well, you're going to be the first one. And I said, no, I'll melt. I'll melt. And I would barely look at anybody. And so I happened to, she did like this with her pen, that little red pencil she had. That was intimidating too. And so she did this a couple of times. But I'm going to tell you what, I didn't think so much of it then, but I'm proud that she was my English teacher now.
Me too. I absolutely am.
She made you emphasize words too. She didn't want any of that
right
mumbling stuff going on.
And that's where I was experienced getting up and talking in front of people, which
got that from Miss Ritchie.
I mean, I can't say I was real shy or anything, but got me into public speaking and just some things that
she let me know to do anything I set my mind to do.
I didn't have any idea of how it would ever benefit me, But
well, we're real proud. We're gonna have to go. Less than 30 seconds. What do you want to already? What do you want to tell everybody before you go?
Town Hall, phone number 256-659-2122. Got a Facebook page with information on there that our Donna keeps up to date. And
Donna Johnson's good.
Yeah. But just come visit us, and that'll be. If you'll just come visit us, that's all I ask.
And we love Catherine too. Thank you,
Yeah.
Catherine, for keeping him straight. We appreciate that.
We're trying to.
Thank you again so much for watching. And we'll see you again a little bit later, okay? Bye.
Bye.
The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. The only place I buy my beef is Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama. Their cattle is born and raised on their ranch, grass and grain fed, and you can feel confident when you serve your family and friends because their beef is all natural and no antibiotics or hormones are added. You can buy whole beef or perhaps go in with family or friends and buy half. Their customer service is number one as they take care of the delivery to their local processor and can deliver to your home for a small added fee. They also offer herd replacement heifers. I always call Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama for my beef specialty recipes and cookouts, and you can too. Food shortages are increasing, so buy local by calling 256-523-6462. That's 256-523-6462. At Miracle Pottery, each pottery item is hand-turned from durable stoneware, clay body, and non-scratch high-fire glaze. Dishwasher oven and microwave safe, our handcrafted dinnerware and bakeware will last a lifetime, staying just as beautiful as the day it was born. Each pot is signed first with a cross in thanks to our Lord, our name, and then the year. We say a tiny prayer for the receiver of each piece that they receive abundant blessings in their lives. It's not just about pottery. We're located in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains near Mentone and Valley Head, Alabama. Miracle Pottery is nestled at the base of the hills at 7871 Alabama Highway 117 between Gadsden, Alabama and Chattanooga, Tennessee. Please go to our website, miraclepottery.com, for more info about our other getaway cottages. You can also call us at 256-635-6863. Patterson's Music and Jewelry is a full-line music store offering guitar repair, setup and sound installation equipment, as well as instrument rentals and new and used guitars and amps. We offer jewelry at affordable prices and jewelry repair, watch batteries and link removal, and we offer personalized jewelry such as fingerprint, mother's rings, and pendants. Shop in historic downtown Fort Payne on Galt Avenue. Hours are 9 to 5 Monday through Friday and 9 to 2 on Saturday. Call 256-845-4115. That's 256-845-4115. And thank you for trusting Patterson's Music and Jewelry. Twin City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late-model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales look forward to serving you. And you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Fort Payne and Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by the locations in Fort Payne and Gadsden. We sincerely look forward to serving you. Shepherd's Cove Thrift Shop, located on Highway 431 in Albertville, is a large store that is restocked weekly with new and gently used items donated by our community. When you shop at the Hospice of Marshall County Thrift Shop, you not only get great deals, but you also help neighbors and friends receive the end-of-life services they desperately need. Hospice of Marshall County is a non-profit United Way agency, and we depend on the generosity of those in our community to continue providing expert care to all, regardless of ability to pay. We accept donations during regular